he just throughout his career, he kind of introduced more elements of, I guess you could say, like impressionism in film. So it's not so much that even shots themselves are even literal, but they evoke a feeling, I guess. So it's kind of like pointillistic or something. It's yeah, it evokes an emotion from the image rather than literal. Like the scenes of the you get the idea of the child being in the womb and being born when he's got his bedroom filled with water,
Right.
and that's it's kind of surrealistic, and it doesn't match anything else in the movie.
But it's
But
in
it
yeah, it's in the
but
it's in
it
that part and at the end.
and some there's some subconscious element about that it's actually more true than the literal image. Same with the mother floating in the air. She becomes magical for like half a second, and it gives you an idea of what the mother really looks like to the child, but it's non-real. And he actually got into this even further in his like trilogy of movies after this. It was To the Wonder, Knight of
Autobiographical,
Cups,
right?
autobiographical generally, yeah. But the thing about them is they go extreme on this so much that they're hard to watch unless you go into it with the idea that this is what they are. So it's that basically the what is being filmed is completely non-literal. So these two characters are not actually frolicking on the beach, but that's the nature of their relationship or something.
But
Whatever is occurring on I
that's
think that's what it
obvious.
is though. Yeah. It should be, but people will say, "Well, this is boring."
Why are they on the beach? What the heck? What is
I don't
this door
understand
doing
why
here?
are the women twirling and
Yeah.
spinning and there's so much spinning and so
But I
many
think
lights.
I don't even think that we have to dwell on that because I mean, it's if you watch it and it comes across any other way, then you
Well, I
shouldn't
think
be
the people
watching this
I'm just
conversation.
saying that because yeah, oh, definitely not. But a lot of people don't like it and they say I was bored. I
I was
didn't
bored.
understand. Well, you're not. I mean, it's something to kind of wash over you. You're watching an entire life, like little fragments of somebody's mind. And
That's
it
right.
actually, when you come out after watching it, you feel like you've actually seen inside somebody's head,
Well,
compared to having something acted out, in a normal way.
think about it. Think about a normal movie that shows a flashback of childhood. You see, you stole my pack of gum and all of that sort of basic stuff.
Uh huh.
This is far more. It's impressionistic in the sense that it's less real, but as you said, it feels more like childhood. So when I see the scenes of the mother floating in the air and just a moment of something,
Hmm.
I remember what it feels like to feel like a single yard is this giant magical
Right.
expanse. And
Hmm.
that's a feeling that everyone probably remembers. Where when you go back home as an adult, it's like, oh, this is just a tiny little yard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as a child, this giant landscape is all mother, father, brother's yard, house. That's it, and it's
It's
magical.
yeah.
And
It's
there's nothing. And then later in life, nothing gets more magical.
I don't think
That's as
there's a
magical as
movie.
it
I don't
gets.
think there's a movie that exists that puts some of those feelings across as well as it does.
Right.
It really does. Like like that weird scene in the attic with the creepy giant guy and the person going around on the tricycle. That's another surrealistic scene. It's kind of like a David Lynch shot for like two seconds. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's worried about his brother or something. He's got a fear and like he
There's
associates
fear
fear
definitely.
with a couple different things in a location just
There's
randomly, but you get the
uh
idea.
well, he's in his room and there's his brother's being punished, I think, at that time, right? For something he
Yeah.
said,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then he sees the clown at night. There's the clown that goes under the water, and it actually looks quite scary. And then I think they show the scene in the attic with that giant man, and it doesn't matter exactly what that is. If you say, okay, who's the man exactly, and what's the kid on the tricycle,
Right.
you could break it down, but it's the impression that is a fleeting impression. That's the thing that sticks with you. That's what sticks with me anyway. Far more
I agree.
impactful. But that's what impressionism does. When
Yeah.
you look at each little stroke or dot, you go, it's just a stroke or a dot, and then you step back, and I can't remember the name of the painting, but it's one of my favorites. I guess I should know
Like
my favorite
somebody
paintings, but
Monet or something.
it's a
I don't. That's
it's
Monet
a
is the only
Monet. It's the one on the
expressionist I know.
boat. I think it is Monet. It's the one on. There's a guy on a boat in the fog, and there's a harbor. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the most
Well, yeah.
emotionally evocative painting there is almost.
Yeah, but the thing that's I mean, to apply it to cinema is, I mean, I know people have probably done it before. I don't know. I'm not that well versed in a cinema like Tarkovsky or French New Wave. People probably have done things like
Yeah.
that, but I think he takes it to a level that most other filmmakers haven't. Yeah. So anyway, it's. I think that's what makes it so emotionally resonant. Maybe it. I mean, and it does depend on the person.